All right, so I'm here with Gabriel Torek from Preemptive Solutions, based out of Cleveland. You may know Preemptive from the Obfuscator that ships inside of Visual Studio. The Community Edition does. But we're here on the second day of PDC. Gabe, what are the coolest things you're seeing here?
Gosh, well, I always love PDC because the best and brightest come here. So it's a real opportunity to be forward-thinking. So I'm seeing a lot of forward-thinking stuff. I'm seeing the Windows Azure, obviously that's one of the big announcements. I'm seeing a lot of stuff around Visual Studio, and some of the cool things they're adding into Visual Studio 2010. We got a brand new version of Obfuscator going in there. Microsoft did a press release about it, and it's going to have application runtime intelligence, application feature use. It's becoming an instrumentation platform, so it's evolving. Like everything else, you know, Microsoft is looking forward and they're evolving their technologies as well. And I think the whole in the cloud computing is probably one of the most exciting things that people are talking about here. And I'm happy to know that we can fit into that message and that paradigm.
Right, yeah, absolutely. And what are the coolest parts about the cloud computing? I mean, how's this going to change the industry? Overall. I mean, I'm seeing Ray Ozzie and those guys up there talking about how this is game changing, and I believe that it is. But I'd love your take on how this is game changing and what implications this is going to have across the industry.
Well, I think like anything, people tend to overestimate the changes in the short run and underestimate them in the long run. So, this is going to take a while to sort of fully roll out and become ubiquitous. But it will happen over time. I don't think client-side computing is ever going to go away, just like the paperless office never really materialized. There's always going to be a need for client-side computing. So I like the vision that Microsoft has of software plus services, where you're taking the best of the client, the best of the services, and doing something in an optimal way there. I think for people who are developing software, they really need to think about how this affects them, especially ISVs, because they need to be thinking about the changes that are going to be occurring in the industry and how they fit into it. And if they don't, they become a laggard, and over time, they become less relevant. So now is the time to really start thinking about this stuff. Even if you may not have a solution, in the short run, you need to be thinking about it for the long run.
Cool. So Visual Studio 2010. What are the cool new features there that you're seeing that you like?
Well,
obviously, the extensibility is
right.
good for you guys.
Right.
I saw
there's a lot of stuff around application lifecycle management, and obviously the brand new features in Obfuscator fit perfectly into that. I mean, the fact that inside Visual Studio you can now with just checking off a few boxes, be able to tell how your applications are being used, if somebody's tampering with them, add expiration capabilities without writing any code, and have it connect to a back-end cloud service, right? So the beautiful thing is that you'll be able to send this information to a back-end cloud service built on the Microsoft stack, or to your own endpoint. And again, it's just thinking about the fact that you're connecting an existing or a legacy .NET application with the cloud without writing any code. I think it's just really cool.
Very cool. Well, thank you, Gabe, for sitting down with me. And how do we find Preemptive on the web?
Very easy. www.preemptive.com, and that's PREEMPTIVE.
Fantastic. Thanks, Gabe.
All right. Thank you.